So it was, I would say, I'm a very son of a very proud farmer. You know, my father still lives in the same village. The population of the village is still 10,000. And when I came,
in Chhattisgarh.
in Chhattisgarh, it's a place called Crores, near Raipur. And when I came, the population was 3,000-4,000. I did all my schooling in the village up till class 11th in Hindi medium, absolutely pure Hindi medium.
Till 11?
Absolutely, till class 11.
Okay.
Did my graduation in a small place near Kurud called Dhamtari, and did it in my BCom. So obviously when I came here, I came with only one determination, that under any circumstances I cannot go back. Because all my uncles, everyone who was intelligent, they all told me that you don't know English, you are not graduated in English medium, you are going to do the MBA course, which is pure English medium. How are you going to do it?
So till 11th you had no exposure of English at all?
Absolutely nothing.
Even like
we started actually learning. We started learning ABCD in class 7th or 8th. You know, so we had little bit exposure, but it was
all
only
the
one of the
subjects were in Hindi medium, so even mathematics would be 5 guna 4 barabar 20 and not 5 into 4 is equal to 20.
Yeah, so, absolutely. I still remember 3 satte 21.
Yes, 3 times 7 equals 21, of course. You know, you and I have spoken a lot, you know, off the market subjects. Your father had a lot of influence on your life, right? I mean, and you grew up in a large family. Just tell us a bit about the kind of influence your father had and the kind of teachings that he had for you.
My father, actually, as I said, he is 4th pass. My grandfather expired when my father was 2 years of age. He really grew us nicely. And my elder brother, who is no more, he had a lot of influence on me. So we are 3 brothers and 3 sisters. I lost my brother at the age of 49 years. But, you know, he was the one who actually pushed me that you must do it, you can do it, type. You know, so the entire family was very, very supportive. They knew that if I decide, then I can do it. And you know, obviously our resources were very, very small. You know, how much can you earn in a small village doing farming? But my father said that, you know, even if I have to sell my land, I will sell. But you must go and get the best education.
What about your MBA education? I mean, what was the best part about that?
So when I came here, you know, it was only a dream and maybe absolute willpower that I have to do it. There is no going back. So I actually prepared for 1 year for an MBA entrance exam. You know, I stayed in a Sydenham hostel and took admission in Sydenham College to prepare for my MBA and appeared in the entrance exam. So it's a long story, but just to cut it short, you know, in my group discussion, obviously I could not speak as fluent in English as it was required. So I requested the person that I should be allowed to speak in Hindi because you are not judging my language. So they allowed me. So I passed through the group discussion and then the interview came, and the interview again I requested that if I do not learn speaking English as fluently, then you can withhold my degree. So I was very fortunate. This institute gave me a chance, and that is really my passport to enter Mumbai and enter stock market. You know.
Was it a hindrance for you in corporate world as you picked up, of course, your English skills as well, or do you think because you were in stock markets, what really mattered was that you were able to pick good stocks? Of course, your English is now absolutely perfect, but you struggled in your initial years.
Initial years, it was a little bit. I'll be very honest with you. And the whole upbringing that come from a small town, the way you dress, the way you talk, your exposure, your overall exposure, it all matters. But obviously, you have to weigh it against your willpower. So if you have the willpower, these things are passing phases of life, and I'm thankful to God that I passed this phase.
Let's talk a bit about your initial years in this industry. You joined a couple of small companies before you moved to Motiral Oswal. And then, of course, there was no looking back when you moved to Reliance. Just tell us about your initial journey in the corporate world.
So, initial journey was a conviction in the stock market. So, when I was in the college itself, I got a little bit of exposure to to the market. We were in a Sydenham college, there were a couple of boys who used to trade the market, and one or two of them very smart also, who were investing.
Okay.
So, they used to make a couple of phone calls, and someone used to say, I made 10,000, I made 20,000.
Which used to be big money at that point.
Big
right?
money even today, yeah. But I am saying big money for a boy who is coming from a small village.
Yes.
I've seen my father make 2 lakh rupees in a shop.
Yes.
So, it was big money by any standard for me. I was very curious at that time. ऐसे कैसे होता है फोन लगा के पैसा बनता है. So that's what developed a curiosity in me. So I was almost certain when I was 91 when I passed out my MBA that this is it. I never ever evaluated any other option for me. I'll be honest with you.
Stock market was the only option.
Okay. Where in 1990 I was very clear. I thought that this is a true business of businesses. Later on I discovered. This is the only place you can be in touch with Tata, Birla and Ambani, because otherwise no one will care about you. Thirdly, you did not need to have like 10 crore or 100 crore rupees to start an industry or start a career. I started with 100 rupees.
Yes.
But even that 100 rupees was good. You could buy 100 rupees, you could buy 100 shares.
Let's talk a bit about your investment philosophy, Madhu. You have picked a lot of multi-baggers. I mean, Divi's Labs, I think still remains your best investment. I think Jindal Steel and Power, you identified at some 200 crores and I think you sold at 60,000 crore market cap. How do you identify these huge multi-baggers and how do you stay invested in these companies?
So to be honest with you, before you even ask me what is my regret, my actual regret is the number of companies which we identified. Had we stayed invested in those companies and had we had the wisdom looking back, and I'm being very candid and honest, we actually identified so many of these companies way ahead. Like, we bought Siemens when the market cap of Siemens was less than 400-500 crores.
Okay.
And we bought sizable quantity. But in the early years, what happened, the moment the stock went up 2 times, 3 times, 4 times, there was a temptation. And we are always able to find new ideas.
Yes.
Only later on we realized that the new incremental ideas we are finding are inferior to the ones which we are selling.
Yes.
But to answer your question, I would say a lot of it actually in the early years came out of passion. Okay. Because I was so involved in my job I am still in. So, we will go and meet a lot of these smaller companies 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, try and understand as to what is it which you are wanting to do. Like, with precaution I must say that whatever I am speaking, you please do take care. It is not a recommendation to buy or sell any shares. But like we went and invested in Divi's Lab. I could find when I met with Mr. Murli Divi for the first time, he was absolutely phenomenal person, full of energy and passion for his business. I didn't understand that time pharmaceutical and this will happen. But I knew that he is the right jockey. He will make sure the horse will run. So that was a call at that time, because at 150 crore rupees there was nothing much to lose. Later on, with the help of a lot of my colleagues who understood pharmacy and pharmaceutical, we developed deep understanding. We went to many fairs and we kept on doing research and we continue to do research. But initial years, I think it was really identifying the entrepreneur and identifying the right business wherein there is good ROE and good cash flow.
I also heard that, there are some interesting things about you. I've heard that someone told you about a rice company and you were so excited that at the midnight you ended up at the godown of the company to see their business. Is that story right?
So I'll tell you a better one. I'll tell you a better one. So we went to this Vardhaman spinning and Mahavir spinning.
Okay.
I heard about the promoter. That is a fantastic guy.
Okay.
He was very liquid stock. Okay. And at that time I was working in Motilal Oswal. So I told Ramdevji that we can't source this stock. So I literally took a train. Those days there was no flight to go to Ludhiana.
Okay.
I went and sat in the office of Mahavir Spinning.
Okay.
And I told them I am not leaving till the time you give me the block.
Okay.
So that was the real passion to do work, and you can only do it because you thoroughly enjoy it.
One more story, tell me if this is right or not. That when you were invested heavily in pharma stocks and you knew that the US FDA officials were visiting, you would book the rooms in same hotel just to try and get any sense
done
of
a lot of homework.
any sense of what was happening, and just try to get a sense of how the US FDA works. That's right.
That's right, absolutely. Because those are early days. We didn't know anything about the regulation. We didn't know about how this whole industry works, how important is the approval process.
Yes.
So the only way to know was, you go meet some of them. Whatever they say was a knowledge for me.
Yes.
It didn't matter what they were saying. And in the early years, whatever we picked up, at least we got to be very aware about US FDA inspection and this, that. And we understood the risk of investing in a pharma company way back in 2005-06.